From the great state of Texas, you are now listening to Skip the Noise podcast, a Rounded Edge media production. Thank you so much for joining us. And by us, of course, I'm referring to Rick, a.k.a. the Brown Python Ben, a.k.a. Mexican Nostradamus, and myself, Benji James, here for another tremendous episode. Shout out to Mike Tacklebox for the music. And, you know, I have to say, I've preached about having one toe in the astral plane at all times. Episode 78 here before you right now as you are listening. I declare I have at least a foot, if not ankle to knee deep in the astral plane at the very moment. So this should be a wonderful episode. And we're going to start it off like most episodes do, funny enough, in the great state of Texas, more specifically in the wonderful city of Houston. That just seems to, we just drive the atomic clock that ticks the world news week in and week out. This week, it has been discovered, or a plumber, I think it was the story came out. I don't know when the discovery happened, but a plumber who was working at Lakewood Church, which is the mega church known worldwide. 43,000 people attend every Sunday his services. Joel Osteen in Lakewood Church. So in this restroom that they were doing service on, there was a toilet, I think, that had got ripped out of the wall or some kind of shit. When they started removing the tile, they quickly realized that something was awry. Envelopes and envelopes of cash and checks and all kinds of money just came pouring out of the walls as they broke them down during the repairs. Funny enough, around I think it was like 2014, Lakewood Church had reported being robbed for someone upwards of $600,000. So surprise, surprise. I guess they found all $600K in the fucking walls of the restroom. Rick, before we started, you said you had interesting take on this. So I am very excited to hear.
All right. So you gotta figure out what's going on here. You get $600,000 reported stolen cash. Okay. And you report it to the police and no one ever finds it. So that money is poof, gone, up in the air. Who knows what happened to it? Meanwhile, someone had to have torn open the wall, stuffed the money in there, floated the sheetrock when they plugged it back in, and then painted it according to the rest of the room. I mean, that's a lot of hard work,
Right.
But $600,000, you know what happens is you report it stolen. Now you're ready to use that cash for anything you want, i.e. drugs and hookers, if you're Joel Osteen.
For sure.
Okay.
Oh, for
and
sure.
that
Okay.
It will
like
never
where
be
this
traced.
is going. I'm liking where this is going.
Exactly. See, that what you saw behind that wall was his drug and hooker fund. Okay.
You mean that's just for Monday?
Right.
That's just for Monday.
That's a slow day. You should see his Friday slush fund. It's like two walls.
Friday slush
because
fund.
he can't pull out that money from his ATM because it's going to get flagged. He can't pull that money from his.
Some fucking grandma wrote a check for $200 so Osteen can blow his load and snort lines. I love it. I fucking love it. All the while locking out motherfuckers and keeping them from housing in this place during emergencies.
And now,
think about the effort that went into hiding that money.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. Like, bro. That's not lost, bro. That's how many people have to know if you're going to tear up drywall, put tile. This is in a restroom. So like the walls were fucking tile. Like there's a lot of labor that goes into hiding this fucking money. Like Rick said earlier. So people, you don't just do that like without somebody knowing.
No.
And they had blamed it on a secretary. That she had
she fucked up.
Is she like doing time? That'd be fucked up if she's like doing time right now.
I guess she had a lawyer or something. They couldn't prove it, but they were blaming the secretary.
It was wrong.
God bless her.
Wow, dude. Wow. Well,
you know what? The thing is, they could have sent her away for fucking life, and he wouldn't have batted an eye.
No, dude, exactly.
He wouldn't have lost an ounce of sleep
at all.
He would have slept like a fucking baby.
Right,
these guys.
Yeah,
exactly.
Two hookers, man.
Bro, okay, so if you don't know, obviously here in Houston, we're very familiar with this character, but
for real,
most people are though. I mean, he's at least a national celebrity, if not global on some level.
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, definitely at least. I mean,
national. Actually, I'm actually being conservative. Yes, they're like Lakewood Church is like an international fucking thing. with their broadcasts, and I'm sure he's got books, fucking bestsellers, but they're highly criticized by even amongst the
locals.
Evangel. Well, yeah, big time in the locals. I mean, people are going though, so you can
we
say
shit
what
on
you
it
want,
too much. Yeah, to 43,000. Imagine if everyone give $1, but just $1.
Oh,
dude,
on a Sunday.
Dude, he's a
way more
fucking.
than that, bro.
Have you ever heard him talk? The dude is slick. Like that's, you know what that shit is? This is like what you're witnessing with like Joel Osteen. It's almost, to really break it down, right? Like you have almost, because his dad was the forefather, and then Joel, it was passed along to Joel to run this fucking empire. But it's just like, dude, it's sales. So it's like this, it's this weird explosion of like sales. So it's a hustle. You because of the tax laws, you can basically start a religion, right? And you can do it under the guide, like it doesn't have to be officially, it's not like the Catholic Church, right, where it's run from the Vatican and it's like this thing. You can just say, oh yeah, we take stuff out of the Bible and preach, people come, they pay donations, it's religious, we do whatever, the charity works and all this shit, so they classify it as a religion, but it's like it's a hustle. But anyway, so
for real.
So but
it's a tax shelter.
But it is. And the thing that he gets criticized though, or what separates him or makes him even more kind of harder to swallow than other preachers of the same, the big televangelists, right?
Yep.
He literally says like, yeah, you're supposed to be wealthy. Like God wants us to be rich.
Well, it's the gospel of opportunity. It's the gospel of prosperity, which is like, he tries to always expound that, like, you're going to be rich. You're going to be great. You just, there isn't like a down, like, it's such a weird gospel because it's such a downturn, or actually like a complete polar opposite of what you see with like the typical, Southern Baptist, or and I'll just call it for what it is. Like most of these non-denominational evangelical churches, just stop fucking lying to people. You're really Southern Baptist, right? I mean, it's just bullshit. They try to say like, well, we're not denominational. Yes, you are. You're fucking Southern Baptist, and you're trying to expose your hateful bullshit on everybody. But typically with a non-denominational, what they try to do is, they try to do the brimfire and hell thing, and then they collect the money off of your fear. Well, Joel Osteen, like you said, he flipped it. He did the gospel of prosperity, and everything he says is like these motivational quotes that if you give a little more, Jesus is going to give you more. You deserve to have that $1 million house. You know what I'm saying? And it's, it's a pretty slick fucking roll, dude. He really cornered the market on that, even more so than his dad, who wasn't really that type of, like, he was positive, but Joel Osteen ran with that shit.
He fine-tuned it.
No, he ran with it. His dad was kind of positive. Joel Osteen says, yeah, you need $2 million. Fuck $1 million.
Yeah.
You see me?
But he talks like if you watch him, you're like, oh shit. Like, it's like, you get like how people get sucked into it.
Yep.
Yeah. But it's weird because how is that different from a con man? Where a con man
dude, it's not. That was my whole point, right? From the that was my whole point from the beginning. It's like it's a legit hustle. And that's if you view it like that, like it's just a huge major league fucking baseball version compared to Little League. If you take like some used car salesman that's getting you into a fucking 6-year fucking finance it, you know what I mean, for some fucking piece of shit. Like, for example, it's that guy multiplied to like the highest 2,000. That exactly, like the highest power.
Because if somebody wants to sell you something, what you do, you butter them up. Oh man, that car looks great on you. Oh dude, whatever you want, what they want to sell you, they'll tell you look great in it if you like it. All right. Same thing with this guy. He tells you, you deserve that $1 million. You're a great person.
Yep.
What does he know about you? Nothing. You believe it because that is you.
That's what you want to hear.
I am a great person,
and that's what you want to hear.
$1 million.
Everybody wants to believe if you just invest, like you're gonna get, that's gonna come back to you. it's just like an investment. Like it just fucks with the psychology of people that are already coming looking for something, right? Because they're, they're seeking something, right? Everybody, I mean, that's the whole thing of a religion. So you've got an audience that's vulnerable already. They trust your, your status because you're talking to them regardless of like what's really behind it. You could say you've got like very specific denominations of religion that have like a structure, right? And you have to go through these certain
traditions,
right? Like, exactly. Well,
like the Catholic Church,
like the Catholic Church,
right?
That's
you stand, you kneel, you sing.
To become a priest, right? You have to go through seminary.
You kneel, you stand, you sing, hey, you hand out money.
Much. But what I mean is, there's no criteria for. You know what I mean? Like he didn't go to some whatever. I'm sure he's ordained by some sort of.
Dude,
I don't think so, man.
He went to the Harvard Divinity School.
Is that what does that
mean?
No, I'm just fucking joking. I just came up with
I was going to say that's probably a thing.
Y'all both like, whoa, this motherfucker went all in.
Yeah, he knows
all in. He knows it's Jesus. Well,
I want to go.
Let's all be honest, though, right? In reality, a lot of religion is a racket. Right. Especially, and I'm not trying to call out the non-denominational and all these fucking like tent revival bullshit mega churches, but that's really all they are. They're just a money grab. A majority of them literally prey upon people. They sell programs to people. They have memberships. They have money. Everything costs money. I mean, half these fucking places have a bookstore in them. They have coffee shops. It's just all money. It's all money, and they try to get you to buy stuff all the time. So, I mean, let's call it what it is. Most of these particular type of mega churches are that. So, yeah, it is a hustle. That's the whole point. It is a hustle, and it's the best hustle because what are you going to do? It's about your eternal soul.
Well, that's exactly just like when I said earlier about medicine being the biggest hustle as far as in the U.S. Right?
Right.
It's like, oh, you want to live or do you want to die?
Right.
Okay. Exactly. Well then, okay. You want to live? Okay, cool. That'll be $250,000. Yeah, but it's all right. You can pay it over the next 15 fucking years, or your grandkids can.
Exactly. So you got Olstein telling you, well, do you want to live in, I mean, the eternal sulfur of hell? But he doesn't even go that route. So I'll give it to him. At least he has a positive con, because he kind of just expouts the love of Jesus somewhat. And I'd be like, you know what, man? Okay, cool. At least you're not one of those dicks who's up there like screaming about how Satan's going to rape you at every corner. And like, you basically, you know what I'm saying? Your life is nothing but a pitiful point of like misery that's in contention of the devil taking you at all points and time frames. And unless you give everything you have to that person, you're vulnerable for Satan's temptation, which is ridiculous. It's fucked up, and it's just kind of gross. Yeah, it's all conda.
Yeah, and not only that, but what's even more, I guess, impressive, or
I got something that's impressive for you.
Dude, I bet you.
It is a stallion.
No, but that he gets the psychological angle he uses. It gets people. It allows him to get by with having a fucking plane and having all these outward signs of wealth, to where they're like, well, yeah, of course. Because he's prosperous, because he's, you know what I mean? Like it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Oh yeah.
And they all buy into it. They're like, well, yeah, of course he has, like, he justifies the lifestyle because of what he preaches.
Oh, 100%.
So it's not like, it's not like he's.
No, I love it. I know everything you're saying is not only true, it's 100% true, because in the end, he's basically like, see, I love Jesus so much that I'm fucking rich.
It's amazing.
Shit.
It's amazing.
Guess what,
dude?
If you love Jesus a lot, you can be rich as
shit.
You'll
be just like me.
Every fucking Momo in there is like,
but that's gonna cost. Yeah, but it's gonna cost you.
It's gonna cost you. And guess what? I'm the fucking doorway, you fucking putz. But I guess it's I mean, the real question is there a special level of hell? But you know what? I can't fault him for a lot of the other Southern Baptist preachers. Like, at least he preys upon pretty wealthy people. You know, a lot of these other type of like non-denominationalists prey on these small communities, build these mega churches, and really just take everything they have. You know what I'm saying? So like, at least Joel Osteen's like, I bought a former basketball arena. Everyone who's coming here should be under no pretense that, like, you know, you need to bring your cash. Okay, because I'm giving a fucking show here. And, you know, he kind of is, bro. He kind of is. It's the fucking Ringham, what was it? Fucking Ringham and Barland and Bailey of fucking church, man.
Yeah.
He's got fucking choirs and fucking lights and cameras and fucking fireworks and shit. Dude, nice. You're paying for the fucking show. So, yeah.
But, you know,
it's pretty fucking what it is.
Everyone's always looking for salvation, you know? But you know, one person who's not going to get salvation is Juicy Smollett.
I'm sorry, I said Abbott. I'm sorry. Juicy
Smollett is not going to get any kind of salvation.
Is he juicy, Rick? Is there something we don't know about? Has the brown python visited Juicy Smollett?
That's how you say his name, man.
What was your cock actually the original noose around his neck? Like, what's going on here?
Well, I think what I heard, the trial started, right? We talked a lot about this on episode 77.
No, we didn't. Did we really?
Yeah, we touched on this quite a bit. But the interesting thing is, the trial started now, so he's having to spill his guts and talk about this whole wild scenario. And turns out he admits to jerking off with one of the fucking the Dutch kickboxing twins that he hired to beat the shit out of him and put a noose on him.
So he jerked off all over.
Is this really surprising though? To me, it's not.
No.
I mean, you know, I just can't imagine how fast this went from a hate crime where politicians and celebrities were all on Twitter defending it, and you know, and now it's a gay triangle, you know.
Yeah. Whoa.
I mean, that escalated quickly, man.
Is that a trapezoid? No, I just
or gay pyramid, depending who you want to put in there.
Oh boy, the good old gay pyramid. No, I think this was just once again, and not to touch off what we were talking about last week, but what he did, it was pretty despicable. The way more facts are coming out about just how gross it really was and what all he did to try to, in the end, he kind of pulled a Trump, except that he failed, right? I mean, like Trump,
come on.
Trump tried to get a bigger contract from NBC by getting more popular by running for president. He never fucking thought he was actually going to become president.
But he ran for president. He won.
He did. Right. We're Juicy. I like the name better. I prefer Juicy now. He will be now referred to Juicy Smollett from now on. Juicy, on the other hand, tried to get a bigger contract for the shit show named Empire. God, if whoever wants to hear a rant about that piece of shit show, check out the previous episode. Fucking gutter filth. So he was trying to get a bigger contract. So that's what this was all about. He was trying to get more notoriety, you know, to try to do that shit, just like Trump did. But Trump won a bigger contract.
You get a fucking agent, all right, to negotiate for you.
Yeah, bro, he fucking sucked. He sucked as an actor, so he was not. He was juicy, but not juicy enough for Empire.
He orchestrated a fake hate crime.
Fuck.
Dude, what?
Well, in the trial,
like
now,
he might be the first.
In the trial now. It's come out that he the cop showed up to talk to him, and he still had the noose around his neck, so you could see it.
He was still wearing it. That's when the cops were like, "Wait, why are you still wearing this, bro?
Why would you just take it off?"
And also,
you took it off. Oh, okay.
Why is there white stuff all over your face? And when the Dutch, he got slimered by the Dutch kickboxers. That wasn't paint. They weren't trying to paint your face white. They just slimered your face, bro. That's basically what fucking happened. That was what, you know, that was actually what tipped cops off first, because he literally had his noose around his neck going, I got beat up and I got slammered on. Oh, and it was a race crime. He's like, well, bro, why do you still have your noose on? And why is there cum all over your face? Oh, that's not cum. You're trying to paint my face white. It was bad. Okay, Juicy.
Man.
That's exactly how that went down. I was verbatim, bro. I saw the video.
You saw the video? Wow.
He's like, ah.
Was that in the trial run? Because
It is.
because there was a video of the trial run too.
No, dude.
That was
TMZ.
exactly how it went down.
TMZ had that shit.
He's just dripping like no, Juicy Smollett. I'm pretty sure you got slimered. Those two guys over there look like they're really tired. No, I don't know who those guys are.
Could you imagine though? Like,
You mean
this
those?
is
You
so
mean, wait,
tight.
wait, you mean those white guys?
Yeah,
It just it beat the shit out of me for being. Oh wait, they were black. Wait,
Oh,
what?
well, hold on.
Well,
I
they were
jerked off
Nigerian.
with them.
I think. I mean, when we jerked off on each other. I mean, oh man, it's so confusing. I thought it was a hate crime, but it wasn't. I guess. Oh, I love how the best part. He's still proclaiming his innocence.
So I was going to say that though.
Yeah, like,
I mean, if you were, all the evidence has come out, and this lawyer that he hired still advised him to go through a trial instead of negotiating with the DA for some sort of a leniency. Like, what kind of lawyer does that?
Well, but do you think he's going to get leniency though? Because he's basically testing the city of Detroit. I'm not. Chicago, same fucking thing. I mean, he's like basically testing them. He tested them with the way he acted and the way he basically, like, he kind of called them out in a way, saying that.
Well, the cops. He called out the cops. But,
no, he called out the prosecutors. He called out a lot of people. So I don't think he's going to get leniency at all, unless you mean getting slimered every day in the slammer, are like, dude, it's gonna be pretty brutal for him. I think no matter what, they want him to go to jail.
Dude, this lawyer is horrible, man. She ran out of the things to do. I mean, she accused the judge of assaulting her or attempted to assault her, so now she wanted a mistrial.
What
the fuck?
Yeah,
I didn't know. Whoa, no. Please,
Okay, so
please.
So on one of the trial days, I guess they were losing really bad. I mean, she just wants a beating to stop. And she was getting
slimered too. Huh?
She called for a mistrial because she felt threatened by the judge. She said the judge lunged at her when he called him to the bench.
Oh my gosh.
But in reality, what happened was the judge just stood up and she took it as he's lunging at me. So I want a mistrial.
Oh boy.
So anyway, I mean, she's a horrible lawyer, man. I can't believe he's paying for that. I wouldn't pay for that. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. Give me a public defender.
No, you wouldn't. No, you would not. You'd be like, nope, I'm going to hire another dude. Public defenders never work out well.
Dude, it's got to work out better than this lady, man. At least the public defender would have known the prosecutor and they would have worked out a deal.
Dude, I don't think
there's a trial.
I don't think there's a deal to be made. I think he's doing jail time no matter what. And it's not going to be like happy fun time jail time. He's going to get fucking like, they're going to fuck him up. I mean, he fucked up. He's going to go to jail. And yeah, his case is about as shitty as possible. But the one thing though about being an attorney is you still have to
get paid.
Well, that, and also, I mean, technically, you're supposed to give your client the fairest possible extent of advice in a trial. And also, she's going to do what he says. And he's probably just like thinking, oh my God, I'm going to jail. And so she's going to do whatever it can. I mean, it's a bad situation.
If I were the lawyer, I'd be like, look, dude, there's a video of you going through the rehearsal of this beating that they're going to present in court.
And I bet there's a video.
Do you really want the jury to see that? Or just work out a deal with the prosecutor? I mean, come on.
But I don't think so, because remember, the prosecutor was willing to do a deal. I think they said, you pay for all this bullshit, you admit it, we'll fucking walk away. And he didn't want to do it. So guess what? Now he's going to get fucking smashed.
And it's not like here's the thing. There's no even minuscule amount of doubt that he fucking did it.
Oh yeah, no.
So, I mean, he's basically just went to trial to get fucking assaulted. Like, he has absolutely no evidence to defend him whatsoever, as you wouldn't if you fucking purposely orchestrated a fake hate crime. like there's no gray area there. Like, you either
really isn't.
You either planned out a fake fucking beating,
And now the new thing that came out that you guys didn't talk about last week because it just came out recently is the Don Lemon from CNN is now implicated in this whole thing as well.
Yeah. So whoa. I saw something about that. Please expound. Because so he basically didn't he try to tip him? He tried to like what was it he did exactly?
Okay. So here's the thing. When this whole thing first started, people were tweeting about it and there was outrage and, they were looking for two white guys who assaulted him, this and that. At some point, the tide started turning. The cops started looking at Juicy, and Don Lemon.
I love that name.
Somehow knew about this.
I fucking love that name.
Through his, and it's very doubtful that the cops called Don Lemon and said, "Hey, we're not liking what we're seeing with Juicy." What ended up what most likely happened is that Don Lemon probably used his resources at CNN to find out what the cops were doing, and then tipped off Juicy. So he pretty much pulled what Chris Cuomo.
That's what I was, dude. I was just about to tie that in, and it just shows you. Obviously, it's believable because it just fucking happened, like for real, and that got exposed. So, yeah, man.
Man. I mean, CNN is just full of garbage people, man. What are you gonna do? That's what the network does.
Well, dude, I'll be honest with you. CNN is they got a lot of problems coming. I mean, they got a whole. I think Rogan was talking about it today. I think they're probably going to start. I mean, you got Cuomo gone. I think they're going to just start cleaning house over there. I think they know the gig is up, right? Yeah. They know that they've lost the news war playing the angles.
Yeah, I think. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I think they're gonna come at it from a different angle. Like they've got to have. I don't know. They've got to change the whole model because I think the fucking cable news. It's a dated.
I mean, it's kind of weird that they were saying today that Jeff Zucker, who is who runs CNN, basically his specialty was reality shows before he became the head of CNN.
Yeah,
and so he's essentially turned CNN into a big reality show since that's all he knows. He gets these people who dramatize things. And they're not journalists. They're commentators or they're people with personalities, but they're not journalists. And that seems to be a problem now because they don't have any integrity. They're using the resources at CNN to go after people and to, interfere with law enforcement. So
yeah, and it presents itself as, journalism, but that's absolutely not the case.
Yeah. My thing is, why haven't they gotten rid of these people, dude? I mean, ratings have tanked.
Well, that's what I think you're starting to see.
We probably get more views than CNN right now, man. That's probably true.
It's probably
true.
But I mean, my question is, who is on top of Jeff Zucker, and why haven't they gotten rid of people from the top down? I don't get it. Is it because they run with the agenda? Is it as long as you talk about bad orange man? Is that going to be enough? I mean, to keep your job? So anyway. I'm just saying.
Yeah, man, you got to toe the party.
It's an old
line.
thing, I mean, now that Trump is out of office, what are they doing now? They can't find anything to talk about.
No, they can't. They can't. It's pretty disgusting because they're polarizing everything, like everything from the trial with Rittenhouse, which I still think he's an asshole, but they did polarize that completely incorrectly. They're talking. Now it's all about. They're just trying to polarize the Omicron. They're trying to polarize. It's just an agenda that they continue to play. I think the other day for Thanksgiving, I think they basically posted like, "Oh, let's all be thankful for the day like white people killed all the minorities." It was something like almost that ridiculous. Like it was just like, okay, fuck, dude, it's Turkey Day. Come on, give a motherfucker a break. But yeah, that's just the polarizing they do. But it's not something that we aren't used to here in Texas because you can see how we're pretty polarized here, in particular in this newest thing that's just occurred with the redistricting that's been proposed for the Texas State and the Texas State congressional seats that has now being contested by the Supreme Court of the United States.
Oh boy.
Big deal here, guys. Once again, the wonderful thing about history is that it's doomed to repeat itself, as Texas has been accused every single time since the 1960s, since it became illegal to use race as a way of redistricting. Texas has been basically accused and I believe convicted, and most redistricting overturned in regards to the fact that they have been doing it based on racial lines. So once again, the Supreme Court, not the Supreme Court, the Department of Justice is now suing the state of Texas for the redistricting lines, as they now propose that it's not just only about the concept that it's supposed to give your party a favor, but they actually believe that it's more racially motivated. So that's the newest lobby that's been thrown out against redistricting. And Texas has actually had every single time they've done this. So every 10 years, Texas is sued for the same thing.
Because
that was
that
was even with the Republicans. That was even with the Republican presidents. Do the timeline. That's how it goes. One of the presidents was actually, even LBJ. I think there was issues with the state of Texas, and LBJ was from Texas. So
LBJ had a ton of issues, man. Shit.
I'm not saying he's fucking saint, but we got some serious fucking issues with these redistricting maps, which I find to be. They're pretty bad. They're pretty,
Are they discriminating towards minorities?
No, dude, no, it's pretty bad. It's really bad. The way that they basically, there's newer areas, especially in Houston, you see it predominantly bad. There's newer areas where there's definitely a growth of minorities into certain parts of the suburbs that were previously mainly white and conservative strongholds. But you're starting to see minorities, just as anything else, they're starting to become more part of the communities there. And I think they've carved them out to prevent them from taking over that district, which was almost going to become a minority district. Now, the thing that I don't understand is the concept that they do realize that, just because it's a minority district doesn't mean necessarily it was going to go blue. So yeah. I think there is some issues with the redistricting. I'm not saying everything they're trying to turn this shit back 65 Voting Rights Act. But if you look at what they've done, there's some significant attempts to move around the minorities in the map.
I don't think so, man. I think it's just, they're carving out the population according to
okay, sure, dude. I believe I forgot what neighborhood it is. It's a predominantly black neighborhood. It was sliced into like 3 parts so that it could be removed, so that it's then they draw these crazy, fucking cyclical, pyramid trapezoids that encompass all these massive white districts and then cut these black districts into thirds. It's
based on natural barriers, man. I mean, you got a forest on one side, you got a creek on the other.
It's not. There's a stop sign there and someone's dog. That's you can't use those as geographical.
There's a river cutting through it, so they stop the district at the river.
Sorry, dude. And then the worst is what they did to, I think they've done it over here. I forgot. And I'm sorry, I don't have all the facts, but they even carved out a predominantly black, like voting block, and then interjected a lot of Asians and Latin Americans into it.
Okay, they're minorities, right?
Right, but the person whose district it is, God, I gotta look this up. They were fucking pissed. They're like, what the fuck? It's just like, well, dude, so there's some fuckery with this one, dude. It was not nice. It was.
Sheila Jackson Lee is still here, so it can't be that bad,
right? Because that's
she's part of the establishment, though. Well, she is part of the establishment, though, right? So, I mean, let's be honest. Sheila Jackson Lee, well, you can say whatever, but she's been part of the United States, Congress since 94.
Yeah. When are they going to carve out her district?
No, I think you're right. Probably 92. So no, they're not going to
carve out her district.
She's part of the machine.
Make the red parts, part of Dan Kearnshaw's district.
Here it is. You fucking Captain Jack.
And maybe cut up the other half of the
Morgan.
district and give it to
fucking
Pearland.
fucking dumbass.
There you go.
Stupid.
That's
fucking,
we get rid of
I
Shaky
don't give
Jackson.
a fuck. I don't give a fuck what he's done. Fuck him. He's stupid, dumb mutt. Fucking stupid.
So-
Fucking stupid, dude. He's fucking dumb. They're just dumb.
What are you talking about? Are you still talking about Dan?
I cannot stand Dan Crenshaw. I can't stand none of those dumb motherfuckers. I just can't, dude. They're just a bunch of fucking morons. They're a bunch of momos.
You're freaking out.
Dude, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, man. Shut the fuck up.
Jack Morgan, motherfucker.
Oh, dude.
Can't stand these cocksuckers, dude.
Anyway.
I can't. You know what?
I'm
You
just
know what?
giving you my
Hold
plan.
on.
What I would have done with redistricting, I would have carved out Sheila Jackson Lee,
Okay.
give some of it to Dan
You've
Crenshaw.
already shown us your blueprint in your My
Yeah.
Struggle book.
Yeah, I like that.
No, but yeah, I get it. I do think that there is some racial prejudice in this one. I'm not saying that I think that's a good way to put it. I think Texas Republicans, right? Typically, and I'm going to say this, and I'm trying to be, Texas Republicans typically were more on the moderate, not necessarily moderate. They're definitely conservative, but they were on the moderate. They're even keeled conservative, even bordering libertarian. Now these
Dude, that
guys
was a
are
long time
going-
ago.
Right, but these guys are fucking really going in a totally different direction. So to me, I think that this redistricting kind of shows that.
Yeah, but would it be bad to have Republicans run Texas? I mean, look at these blue states like New York and California.
Well, bro, I'm not.
Do you want Beto O'Rourke to be running Texas?
But see, that's why I love Texas, though, is that Texas isn't like that because Ann Richards kicked ass, right?
Dude,
Ann Richards handled business. No,
it's not like that anymore. It's
Bill
not.
White-
Ann Richards would be Republican today.
Bill White handled shit back in the day. There's great Democrats that come out of Texas because they're even keeled, just like there are very good Republicans that came out of Texas. If you look at fucking, and people, I know Bushes, I have no problems with the Bushes. Yes, they started a war that wasn't real, but for the most part, they tried to reach across the aisle. And I believe Bush's message, it may not like the world, but compassionate conservatism was kind of a dream.
Well, you're implying that conservatism is not compassionate.
Not anymore. No, it's not. It's not. And that's what I'm telling you. This is one of the times where I had to say that I think the redistricting is a further, it really is along racial lines now. It's not just about party politics. I think it's getting to the point now where the Republican Party has gone so far right that now it's like there is a big racial component happening here.
I don't think so, man. Texas is made up of many minorities. I mean,
I know, especially South Texas, and I know, and then South. Well, basically Houston and South.
You can't carve out, Hispanic communities.
Oh, you can, but you can't.
You can't because
look at how some of
blue anyway.
Look, so some of the West Texas, when they dip into South Texas, some of the districts are doing that. This is not. There is something going on here. And I do have to say that I think the DOJ is making the right move, and I'm going to really think that the redistricting plans are going to be stalled out. I don't think they're
just keep in mind that this is the same DOJ who used the FBI to go after parents for voicing their concerns at school board meetings. All right,
Okay,
this is the DOJ you're talking about.
Right? Look, dude. I'm not saying this is the DOJ that's correct, right? There's a lot of you cannot judge people always based on their most dumbest thing that they've done. You just can't do that. But I do believe that this DOJ has a case, and I think this will come down to the Supreme Court. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I think Texas overplayed their card because I think I think they're gonna require federal mandates for redistricting again. I think Texas has gone a little bit too far, and I think the federal government's going to rein them in. I really do see this happening now. I think we've kind of gone too far. We kind of went stupid.
In the Supreme Court, though, I mean, you see what they're doing with the abortion thing. I think they're going to, they're red. You got
it's not about red. I don't think it's about red necessarily with the abortion thing. I think it is It is a states' rights issue.
It is.
And I
agree.
think, and I'm trying to say this in the best possible way because I don't agree with what they're saying. I think it should be a human right issue, but the court is moving it to a states' right issue.
I think so. I think they're gonna take it, not abolish it, but they're gonna remove it federally and give it to the states to decide what they want to do with it.
Yeah, but that being said, I don't think this is a racist Supreme Court, and I think they're going to see that, and I don't think they're going to stand for that because conviction cuts both ways. If you have truly moral individuals, which they're proclaiming to be, in particular, if you can see their rulings in regards to like abortion and social things of that nature, they are not going to stand for these type of things where it's almost blatantly done along racial lines. I think Texas cut its own hand. I really think that the Texas Republican Party's gone out of hand, and they're going to get smacked.
So you think that I guess for the Dallas area, for the Dallas area, I'm pretty sure they've carved it out to where certain neighborhoods are.
What are you talking about? The Dallas area yeah, the Dallas area, they got two. We talked to the districts. We saw Dan Crenshaw's district. It's ridiculous what they've done. They carved Dan like Crenshaw's these weird.
It looks like the galaxy across the night sky.
Yes, exactly. Oh boy. Oh boy.
It does.
Oh
That's
boy.
Very good description.
But that's what it looks like. But it's same down here in Dallas. And then they try to grab West Texas. It's pretty bad, guys. I really do see the Supreme Court doing something. I think this will go all the way. And I think that Texas is going to lose and it's going to get its hand smacked and it's going to have to just do with it. So I do see something here. So that's my call. And you can check this back in 6 months or so, whenever this actually goes through the court system. I do see Texas getting its hands back, and there's going to be federal mandates on redistricting again. Not because they don't believe in the states or that the states have the right to do so, but I think that the Supreme Court is going to rein in extremism. And I think that's where we're headed.
Do you think it's extremism?
Yes.
I think so.
No. I think we're going that path. I think we are. I think of the conservatives and the liberals in this country are going to extremism. And I think that the Supreme Court is going to have to start really thinking about that. I think Chief Justice, what's his name? Is it Thomas? Yeah. I forgot his name. The Chief Justice, John Roberts. I think he's going to moderate the whole thing. I do see extremism being reined in. They don't want it. Will we have more conservative? Will they more state rights? Yes. But there'll also be some mandates to keep shit from sliding back too far. I do see this court doing that.
I don't know. We'll see, man.
We'll see.
I don't know. I think it's going to go to states right. They're going to be like, you know what? That's a Texas matter. Leave them alone.
It might.
The people will decide.
It might, but I don't think so. I think that the Supreme Court's going to give and take here. I think they're going to get rid of abortion, but they're going to make sure that everyone can vote. It's good because if you can give states rights, if you want the state to have rights, in order to make sure that those state rights are representative of the people in that state, you got to make sure everything is done on the up and up. I think there's a two-edged sword for the Republicans. I think their moral majority may come through, but that will reflect upon the process they want for voting. So I think it's a big deal. I think I do see something happening with this. I think Texas is going to get smacked. But moving on. We may have some other issues, though, in particular on the fucking moon, because last time I checked, I think the Beverly Hillbillies are living on the fucking moon. Did you guys see from that Chinese rover? What explain? Give us the up and up on this one, B, because that's just wild.
Well, so as you know, China has a rover on space, and some of the footage collected by this rover had an interesting cube-like item that was discovered off in the distance. And some people speculate, maybe it was something set up by the US, or maybe it was this and that. I don't know. I would think that something like that there would be like records of, or maybe not though. Maybe not.
Right.
Crazier things have happened regarding discussion about what the moon.
Well, here's what I think might have happened. I think it looks cute because it's pixelated. It's not
it's like an
100% clear
artifact.
picture.
You think it's like an artifact in the picture?
It could be a rock because it's pixelated. It's
I don't know.
like it could be a rock. It could be a Borg cube. I don't know. I mean,
a Borg cube. Oh fuck, dude,
Yeah.
dude. How many times would you shit your pants if you saw a Borg cube? And so, for people that don't understand, the Borg are basically the ultimate bad guys in the Star Trek universe. They're a group of hive-minded robot / I guess cyborgs. They incorporate technologies. They basically are this massive hive mind that assimilate everything that comes towards them. So if you're a human being, you'll be captured
that's not
by
the
them.
Volcrod? That's not the Volcrod?
No. The Borg. Remember the Borg?
I know what you're talking about.
Remember 7 of 9, all that.
What you're describing is actually something we're kind of experiencing now.
You mean
okay,
Trump?
Okay, well, keep going.
You mean QAnon? No, pretty sure that's QAnon. But basically, they assimilate everything. So yeah, that's why we're just trying to say it's a Borg cube, and they travel in a big ass cube. So that's the reference for all you young folks who haven't caught a lot of Star Trek versus us dorky ass old men that have caught all of Star Trek. Because dude, I'll be honest with you, 7 and 9 was hot as fuck.
Well,
she was being banger, bro. She was.
Yeah, dude. Jerry Ryan though, she was pretty hot back in the day,
dude. Oh my god! And they accentuated with her Starfleet uniform. They literally did not try to hide anything on her body.
Nah, she wasn't wearing underwear most of the time, I'm sure.
Yes, she would assimilate, dude. A lot of dudes would get assimilated by her quickly. They'd be like, "Oh, well, this might work." I could take this subjugation for a while, but it beats getting fired over Zoom though, right?
Yeah, it does. Holy fuck. So the CEO of better.com decided to I guess the best way to handle this situation was just get everybody on a good Zoom call and fucking chop off 900 fucking heads in one swoop by just saying, as of today, oops, sorry, you guys are kind of unlucky, but as of this moment, you are no longer employed with us. And
no, it was worse. It was like, if you were in this Zoom call, then you are fired. Or he was like, you're no longer employed.
Yeah.
If you're on this Zoom call, I'm like, what? Man, for the first time, I thought I was going to be included like in an important meeting.
Right. That guy's like, yes, this is the one. This is the meeting. And he's like, you're fired. Oh, fuck.
900 people, man.
You know what's even more brutal? So the backlash from this is like, he's a dick. You know what he said? Well, the reason why they're all getting fired is because they're all underperformers.
Right. They work 2 hours
a day. They all
day.
sucked. Yeah. They all fucking suck. So now these 900 people that were oh, this is unfair. He basically called them all out. So he's basically dropped a poison pill for all their fucking future careers and be like, oh, you were one of those 900 fucking canned on Zoom. Didn't you suck? Like, no, I didn't suck. I didn't. He's not a nice boss. So yeah, that was fucking crazy, guys. So I mean, imagine if the future of firing is you get a Zoom call, you just get oh, hey, join us in the team meeting today, and you're like, hey, John, are you ready for the team meeting? Oh, I didn't get an invite.
All right.
Oh, I did. Oh, huh. And as soon as you pull it up, it's like, oh, you're fired. They just fucking lay you out like that. I mean, guys,
you guys ever
what's going on here?
Up in the Air movie with George Clooney, Up in the Air?
Yes.
Yes. It's almost like that movie, because throughout the whole movie they're going to implement this system where they're firing people over online,
right? Versus
going to visit the site. What George Clooney was doing was he was flying to these sites and then firing people face to face,
right?
And then this new kid comes out into the company and wants to transition everything to online firing.
Fucking new kids, man.
It's happening now. This movie came out almost 10 years ago. And fast forward now, I mean, we're now firing people on Zoom.
Fuck.
It's messed up, man.
It's fucked up, but it's happening. But that's reality.
You know what's going to happen? Next time there's a Zoom meeting, I'm not going to join it. Bye, guys.
I'm sick. I can't.
I'm sick.
That is true, though.
Your job.
That does play into the psychology, right? Because if you do shit like that, then all of a sudden you do call these meetings, and it's like, well, maybe I don't think I'll call in today because
I don't like this Zoom meeting. Zoom meeting sucks.
Yeah, if you can
So
just
send me the cliff notes.
if you can just log in one day and all of a sudden that's it.
Send me the cliff notes of this meeting.
You know what? The sad part is, like, a lot of young people who listen to this show don't know what cliff notes are.
Right?
Oh, I know.
Oh my god, dude.
I know, man. That
crazy.
should save me in college, man.
You know what? I never liked Cliff Notes. I didn't. I just didn't. I never liked them because I swear all the teachers I took fucking read them and then found the questions around that shit. They were dicks, man. You could. I remember people like, "Oh, I'm gonna get the Cliff Notes." Good luck with that. Luckily, I could read fast as fuck, so that saved me. But I can't tell you how many people like the first two tests just fucking got obliterated, and then they finally figured it out. Yeah, you can't use Cliff Notes. She asked everything. The Cliff Notes doesn't go over.
Damn, man.
Yeah, it's fucking brutal, man.
You gotta know your shit, huh?
But you know what they were good for? They
were
get your
shit pushed in.
Big time, bro. But they were good for getting a quick idea of what, so you didn't sound like a dumbass in class.
Yes. And also it broke down some of the concepts too.
No, yeah, it was actually, I mean, it served a purpose. It wasn't just, they didn't actually create him so you didn't have to read the book. That's just what it became.
True.
Like they were actually created to supplement so you could, yeah, like you said, to break it down.
Yeah, because
that's what literature is like. I mean, there's a whole, there's a whole genre of literature that's literary criticism. You know what I mean? Like that's its own thing.
Yeah.
So so Cliff Notes was like a genuine approach to, oh yeah, let's look at, Wuthering Heights or whatever, and we'll blah blah blah. We'll
Wuthering Heights, man.
Summarize all the characters. That's the first thing.
Fuck that book.
Nah,
that book.
Yeah, the book sucked, man.
Fuck that.
I couldn't understand anything about it.
I even know. I hate that fucking book. I think I read it like 1.5 times. I still don't know what the fuck I read.
It's like Heathcliff and
yeah. You know what's good though? Like the song.
Oh,
Kate Bush. Okay, go fuck yourself. It's great. A great song.
I love how we both look. I'm like, all right, bro,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't give a fuck. Sure. I hated the fucking book so much. I wasn't going to listen to anything regarding that. I fucking hated that book. That book was dumb as fuck.
Well, it's also dumb as fuck. The fact that we all have to take piss out of our fucking bladders.
In your mouth.
I'm gonna have my balls on both of your eyeballs.
You do.
All right.
That was good. That was a good one, bro.
Wasn't my best.
Oh my god. Anyways,
nonetheless, time to take a pee.
Pee time.
Empty it out.
All right.
Get ready for the second half. It's gonna get
juicy.
A little juicy.
A little juicy.
A little juicy in more ways than one. So
we'll boy.
See you shortly. And we are back. Second half underway. And Ben, you want to introduce this one? You were the one who sent the text.
Oh, which one?
About DARPA.
The DARPA warp. Of
What
course,
did
you
they
didn't give me the thing that I fucking barely understand. Essentially, okay, so let me just start off with the sci-fi pretense. As you know, like most of the time when we talk, like if you're watching a sci-fi movie, right? They talk about the speed limit of the universe is the speed of light. Nothing can travel faster than it. So in order to basically go over the speed of light, you have to create a bubble that's outside of time and space. And then you basically go in this bubble and it basically bends or folds space in front or behind you. And essentially you move faster than the speed of light, but since you're really not moving, you just instantaneously appear in the next destination. Anyways, DARPA may have accidentally created a very small, minute scale warp bubble. Which is fucking It was stable.
How so?
Basically, I think they were using some type of it's high energy play. They didn't really get into that. So, normally they're fucking firing lasers and shit now they got these lasers and a lot of these equipments and we got basically they're high kinetic things. So either it's lasers or they're smashing atoms, but basically created a small fabric or a warp in fabric space-time. That's pretty fucking massive.
Where they did by colliding atoms and stuff?
I think it's that or they use lasers. They didn't really go into the scientific pretext, at least that not that I caught, but Darpa basically said, we kind of accidentally created this. Don't get too excited, but we did do something pretty fucking cool here. And so it was minute. It wasn't very large. But if you can extrapolate in the future, that's pretty fucking dope. I mean, we're fucking this Star Trek shit, man. That's fucking crazy.
And it always leads you to question, what more don't we know about, and just how many other discoveries do we have ahead of us in understanding the nature of our reality? We don't know shit. It's just one of those things where it's an indication of how much you don't fucking know.
Exactly. And also it kind of also predicates something that's even bigger, is that if they created a warp bubble, it means it's outside of time and space. So that means it was, I guess, and this is more the assumption that it was extra dimensional.
Exactly.
How the fuck did you even fucking track that? How do you know that you even really typically created that? I mean, I know that they use some type of mathematics. They figured out that they had done it.
Mathematics.
Well, it was basically readings they got after the fact. And that's how all these fucking things happen. It's readings after the fact. So that I thought that was really fucking cool. I thought that was really neat. And so it kind of, you're wondering, is this the way they're going to start breaking in the concept of extra dimensional travel or even the concept of warp? They start saying, oh, we created a little warp bubble. Yeah.
Right. Well, and apparently too, there was, I don't know all the details, so forgive me, but there was a Mexican mathematician who, I guess in the 90s, had created this entire, event, or whatever. I don't even know the fucking way you would describe it, but so anyway, this is sort of validation for him that while it was oh, this is very impressive what you did and blah, 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 won awards and all this shit, it was pretty much the consensus that that's great, but it's, in real world applications, blah, blah, blah. But now it's oh no, it's real. So that's the significance of this is that it's hey, it may be just a little tiny little piece, but shit happened. That was real. So once again, it just points to, fuck, dude, we don't know shit.
No, we don't. We don't know anything, guys.
So that's the thing. Don't
I know everything.
Let me turn this into a chorus. The brown python knows all. That's why how could we ever question that?
This motherfucker right here. I know everything.
Yeah, I know everything.
But just whatever you think you fucking know, just shut the fuck up, because you don't know shit.
You don't know shit.
I'm not gonna
you
shut the
really
fuck
don't.
up.
Any assumptions. Well, no, you won't.
Here you go.
And you know what? Honestly, nobody else will either.
I'm gonna tell you that 2 + 2 = 5. All right. I'm gonna tell you that.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna tell you. You know what I'm gonna tell you? I'm gonna tell you that all you need to enjoy the beautiful salvation that lies ahead of you in heaven is just give me $15. $15 today, $15 tomorrow, times 7 for every single day of the week, times 4 times a month. And that's how that's how you will.
Would you like that to be taken out?
Okay, Rain Man, what the fuck's going on here, bro?
He's playing the Joel Osteen right here, man.
This motherfucker right here, Rain
He's
Man.
playing Joel Osteen with our listeners, man. What the hell?
He is, bro.
Exactly.
He's trying to get that money with that Rain Man magic, dude. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm a great driver. It's just 2 to 4 times divided by 7, and then you make more.
And that reminds me. You know what we need? we need to finally get a goddamn Patreon set up.
We do,
because we're just doing this shit for fucking free.
Well, guess what?
And
with
I'm
the
not
Patreon,
saying,
we're just gonna be doing it for free, but with the cash register.
no, exactly. No, that's the 100% what it's gonna be. But at least there's the possibility that somebody,
God.
you know what I mean?
I'd rather we don't have anything. I mean, we're hoping that one of our listeners will set up a GoFundMe for us.
We're gonna set
feel
that
sorry
up
for us and give us money.
So coming soon. I'll put that on the menu for the next month or so. I'll get that set up.
Patreon.
A Patreon. Yeah, why not? Why not? I mean, at least have the fucking option to collect funds.
Yeah, option.
Not that we will, but
we fucking will, bro. You give us money, we'll take
at least the possibility. And you know what else too? I got a bone to pick.
Oh,
go back if you're listening to this right now.
My gears.
This is grinding my gears. If you're listening to this right now, episode 78, go back and listen to episode 77. That was a fucking world-class banger. They got slept on bad, real bad. And I don't know if it's just because maybe I didn't promote it enough or I didn't promote it throughout the week enough or what the fuck. But like, man, that was a little disappointing. I'm kind of embarrassed. I'm not going to give you no numbers information because it's a little embarrassing. But last week, and yeah, I know what you're about to bring up. Well, hey, I wasn't there. So
I wasn't that episode. So I think that's what happened.
Yeah,
people didn't,
maybe that's what it was.
That's what it was.
They tuned in.
They
slept weird. Wow,
they tuned
I'm telling you put a conservative twist to this show, man, you're gonna get a lot of people. I'm telling you,
that's what happens.
There is no doubt that the world-class recipe, it does include all three of us, but that doesn't mean that when we're one man down, we can't hold the fort down and do. We've done it before, to keep the show going. But I definitely think that 77 was slept on. So go back. If you listen to this one right now, go back and download 77. Listen to it.
I'm gonna download it. Listen to it.
It was worthy. Yeah, you did. Our fucking co-host didn't even fucking listen to it.
Cocksucker. He's like, oh, hey, let's talk about Jesse Smollett. We did, asshole. On the previous fucking
for like 30 fucking minutes last week. I mean, where were you?
And then you know what happened? The previous time I was gone, you guys talked about Alec Baldwin, and I wanted to talk about him again when I showed up.
No shit. We talked about that for like 45 minutes.
Thank God, at least you listened to that one. At least you fucking listened to that one. You didn't start talking about Baldwin. Like, oh, fuck your Baldwin sucks dick. I'm like, we talked about it, bro. We talked about it.
Too late.
Well, anyway, just saying.
Too late for that. But
oh, dude, fuck. There's a lot of too late for that situation.
It's too late. Also, you think we live in a world where robots can't reproduce themselves and and the AI? Well, too late. Too bad. Because it exists now. That's over there. That exists now. So basically, and my understanding of this is very, very fucking primitive, but apparently they use some sort of frog fucking DNA to create these microscopic nano robots or what do they call them? Xenobots. Anyway, the key ingredient here in this story is that these things were able to, on their own, reproduce. And they did it in a kind of unique way in that the male and the female version of these Xenobots would put, whatever, the egg or the sperm or whatever DNA carrier material would put it into this fucking pile, and that pile would spawn an offspring.
Fuck.
So once again, kind of like the Darpa thing. Yeah, it's on a small scale. Yeah, it's not real impactful at this moment in time, but it can happen.
I mean, imagine if you send those robots or whatever to another planet and you create an entire race or just an entire species, or you create life on that planet. I'm pretty sure that's all left out here on Earth, man. Some stupid alien race decided to put an egg and a sperm together in a petri dish and ship it to Earth and see what happened.
Yeah. And not that, it's easy to indulge in the dystopia, but like if there are some positive applications they could use this for.
Like,
yeah, I mean, disease control, blah, 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 whatever.
Maybe. Fertility.
Maybe. You know what I mean? Fertility. Yeah. You could just throw all your eggs and jizz in a fucking pile and you'll reproduce.
Shake it up, man. In a little...
Shake it. Yeah, put it in a Ziploc bag and shake it up like a fucking homunculus. You ever seen that video where
Homunculus.
It's like homunculus. It's some
no,
Russian
alchemic. No, that's alchemy right there, bro.
That is alchemy.
Crazy,
that's
bro.
a worldwide fucking world class alchemy right there. It's some YouTube video,
real dude,
of some Russian guy. He's speaking all this Russian shit, and it's like in subtitles at the bottom. And he's like, "Yeah, basically, I jerked off into this little fucking dish, and I put egg yolk, or no, he jerked off. He put it in a syringe. He literally got like a chicken egg yolk, and he injects." Have y'all never seen this?
No, dude. I don't
go on YouTube. Go on YouTube and search up homunculus. First of all, that's my favorite word in the English language.
It's probably. I think it should be everyone's favorite fucking word.
Yeah, and the concept. So I watched this YouTube video years ago and was in hysterics. Like I was crying, laughing by myself because of how preposterous it is. So this guy cracks the eggs just like you would making scrambled eggs in the fucking morning before school for the kids. He puts it in this dish, but he's got already his fucking jizz in a syringe, and he's explaining all fucking scientifically in Russian about how like, yeah, I jerked off, and then I'm gonna inject my sperm into this fucking egg, and it's gonna produce this living creature, this weird chicken human hybrid that jumps up like it's a you know what I mean, the little army
chicken human hybrids, bro.
And so this thing starts moving. It's obviously the video's fucking fake. Like he did it somehow, but he does that, and then it's like time lapse or something. And all of a sudden this thing's like it's wiggling and shit. It's amazing. It's fucking the peak. Fuck your Darpa warp hole. Fuck your fuck your reproducing xenobots. The homunculus is the single greatest scientific achievement in the history of humankind.
It truly is, bro.
So this guy cracked an egg and then put his jizz on it. Yeah, there's a time limit of this thing moving around.
Yes. It's absolutely.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. Rick's like, God. I gotta see this guy jerk.
Yeah, I want to see it. I'm gonna watch it right now.
I mean, it doesn't show the dude jerk off, unfortunately for you, Rick. But
Rick got all excited. Like, well done, not looking this up.
So really, you got to take his word for it that it was in fact his jizz. But
I love it.
That's what he says. That's what he says.
Yeah.
Dude, it reminds me of that South Park. You ever seen that South Park video where like well, not that video, but the episode where Cartman gets those seahorses,
sea monkeys, dude.
The sea monkeys, right? And then he fucking like they start dumping jizz into it, and it like builds a whole civilization.
Dude,
that's what totally reminds me of.
We used to do weird shit. It's kind of what happens when
you used to do weird shit.
No, like
I
in
love
high
when
school.
you begins. I love how this begins. Like, oh, we used to do some weird shit, and
Dude,
it was
like
jerking off on sea monkeys.
Well, just like stupid fucking stoned ideas when you're like in high school and shit. And me and one of my friends ordered through like the back of a fucking comic book or something. We literally ordered the sea monkeys because you'd always see it. Like you'd grow up reading fucking Batman comics. Yeah, you'd always see the little sea monkey ad. And you're like, Mom, you think we can get? She's like, fuck no. Like, you're not sea monkey is bullshit. Like the fuck are you talking about? So finally, dude, we were like 16 or 17. And we're like, dude, like our moms never let us order sea monkeys because they're bullshit. Like, but they're real. Like, let's order sea. So we ordered it. The shit came in, and we were so fucking excited. And we poured the sea monkeys in the water and made like a little aquarium. And hey, I don't know what the fuck sea monkeys are. I don't know if they're dehydrated.
Oh my god,
bacterial DNA that
so good.
Are sure. I don't know what it is, but they did move.
What? Let's do a fact check. Sea monkeys.
Really?
It's moved? Something. Yeah, no, it moved like. I mean, like it's not. It's not anything like the picture, dude. It's kind of real.
You know what sea monkeys really are? So sea monkeys, okay, fucking fact check, dude. Fact check.
What are they?
Sea monkeys is a marketing term used to refer to brine shrimp that are sold as novelty aquarium pets, developed in the United States in 1957. Sea motherfuckers looking at some brine shrimp.
Yeah.
That fucking dope.
Yeah, sea
So were they
monkeys.
dehydrated? Is that what happened?
So they're
Yeah,
real.
yeah.
No, but they're real. Like they
Yeah.
really are living.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking dope. It's they're living. They just I guess dehydrate. Hold on, I see some fucking.
Yeah, they're dehydrated. And
Yeah,
so
dude.
then
Can
you put the
you,
water in and they turn alive.
Can you put that on your mashed potato next to the bacon and then eat it?
You could, dude. It'd be like
Oh,
seafood.
Nice. Yeah, shrimp and
You can eat that shit on Lent.
Well,
Shit on
this
that.
motherfucker right here. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Fucking eat it on fucking. You know what else you can eat on Lent? You can eat that fucking maple syrup because
Oh,
you know
sure
what?
can.
The fucking Canadians are gonna open it up so we don't have a global crisis with the lack of it.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
you have to admit the Canadians don't fuck around, man. If
Not
they're
with the-
worried about the fucking maple
The
syrup
world supply
reserve,
of maple syrup.
they're not going to play the OPEC games. They're not, you know what I'm saying? They want the sweetness for everybody.
Yeah, they drained it out. Well, you know, a lot of people, that's
They
what's
drained
funny.
it out.
So when I heard this story, I laughed hysterically because I thought I said, first of all, I had no idea up until this point that there was indeed a maple syrup reserve. I had no fucking clue, but it makes sense. Like the more I start to think about it, it makes sense because it's very weather dependent. So when they do produce it, they produce a surplus. Plus, apparently, fucking Quebec produces like 90% of the world's fucking maple syrup.
What?
So the entire so the whole world's
Pretty
dependent on
fucking
these.
dependent on it, huh?
They're very pancake dependent or waffle dependent. And, you know, obviously that includes Belgium. So we're talking about Europe. We're talking about wherever the fuck they eat maple syrup. You know, United States. I'm sure we go through a bajillion gallons a second.
Bajillion. I love it.
I don't know.
A
I don't know.
bajillion gallons a second.
That's
All
a
right.
fuck ton of syrup.
That's a lot of
bro.
pancakes, man.
That's some fat motherfuckers over here. 'Cause
Well,
they
just
just
think,
eat
how
shit.
much do you
Maybe
think
you're right, dude. Look at all the IHOPs out there. You know, you got
No.
IHOPs and Denny's.
they're everywhere?
Dude, that is
Yeah.
true. 'Tis the truth.
Even if you don't use that much maple syrup, they have the shit like on deck ready. So with the supply chain issues going on right now, you know what I mean? Like 1,000 shipping containers waiting to get unloaded in Long Beach. You apply that to the maple syrup game and they're having to tap into those surplus, dude. They can't get it out and distributed far enough. So they have to, well, apparently too, they dipped into half of it
Wow. That's
in
a lot.
one.
That's
That's a lot, dude.
That's a lot of maple syrup.
That's a fuck time, bro.
Yeah, man. So be looking at agave as an option.
That's a good idea.
Dude, I don't like agave. I don't
Or
fucking like it, dude.
hemp-based maple syrup.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Absolutely.
but
Whoa,
think
whoa,
about
whoa.
it though.
There's hemp-based maple syrup.
Yeah, like marijuana infused syrup.
Oh,
think about it.
okay. well,
What's,
it
what's
doesn't
IHOP?
matter by then. You're like, this shit tastes great.
What is this? Is honey?
Fuck,
Fuck it.
the syrup.
What would happen to IHOP and Denny's if there was no maple syrup?
They'd be fucked.
Yeah,
They'd be fucked, dude. Yeah,
They
exactly.
Would be they'd be fucked. So they
dude.
can't
They'd be
have
fucked
that.
in
So
the
they're
A, bro. It'd be over.
and that's what, like I said, what initially started out as me laughing at this problem. I'm like, oh no, it makes sense. Like they
Yeah,
have to
it's-
fucking have
it's
maple
gonna be a real
syrup. There's a
problem.
lot of people. There's a lot of people depending on.
What would happen if there was a
Oh.
ketchup shortage?
Oh shit! Oh,
the world's
bro.
over.
Bro.
It's
United
over,
States
man.
ends.
I mean,
United
we're-
States ends.
That's how it ended.
there was a ketchup
They
shortage.
ran away. There's one dude. He's dipping that last fry from McDonald's into that
Oh god!
the ketchup that he cut out of the packet onto his.
He's all like, ah.
Yeah, no, his burger wrapper is laid out there on the table, all wrinkled up, and it's just
Burger
that last packet of ketchup squeezed out, and he dips that last fry in it and clears the last of it, and he's like, "This is it. This is the last drop.
Clear it.
He eats it, clear it.
Oh, dude.
That's it. Dip into
Dude.
reserves.
How many? But seriously, how fucked up would that be? The end of maple syrup, dude. How fucked up would pancakes be? I just couldn't fucking.
You just have to
imagine.
put a
Dude.
shitload of butter.
bro, right? You just have to. It's like this sucks dick. Eating pancakes without fucking syrup sucks dick. I'm sorry. I can't think of another way to say that. It's just like, oh great. Now I got buttered fucking bread. Fuck this shit.
No, man. Pancakes without syrup is like a woman without makeup. I mean, that's how it is.
What, dude?
Fuck off. I'm not walking that road.
Chill out.
Bro. You can stay there. You let me know how that works out.
Cool.
I'm just saying, man, that's how it works, you know.
Stay on that island. I'll throw you a fucking volleyball you can make friends with.
He said, you're gonna be fucking that coconut tree. You keep that shit up. And, no, but so despite my honored colleagues' interesting comparison, no, maple syrup is pretty fucking. The lack of is pretty fucking bad, guys. And
hey, you know what though? Let's think for the last few minutes. Try to think of a couple of alternatives. Like, what if we did ran out of maple syrup?
Oh fuck, dude! What are you gonna do?
Would you use honey? Use honey, yeah.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be fucking. I don't know, bro. You'd have to have like a really runny honey, dude. It wouldn't taste good. Runny honey.
Yeah,
it sounds like a byproduct of some STD. I got the runny honey.
I like that. The runny honey.
Thank you.
Interesting.
I mean, agaves for fucking. I just do. I can't. Every time I hear the word agave, I just see some fucking like hipster, like with like shitty tattoos and like one of those like a fedora, like just like pouring it on his pancakes. Going, I use agave, and I make sure that it's like 100% natural agave, picked from like the Amazon forest, but it's picked by the natives, so it's it's totally natural and in tune with the earth. It's like, fuck you.
That was pretty good. Do you get that a lot in Dallas?
Dude, no, we do not. We do not get that in Dallas. We get the Johnny scenario in Dallas. That's what we get all the time. Fuck
and
your
even
agave. Hey, I'm gonna put your agave in your fucking gape hole, huh?
But the natives that make the agave, and it's not even just the natives. It's like the natives of that particular village that aren't sellouts.
right yeah, exactly. They're not the regular natives that go on the corner and sell their bracelets to people. No, these fucking guys keep it real. You know what I'm saying? They're still like digging holes and shit, like hunting animals. I only buy my agave from those guys.
Yeah.
You see this bitchin' tattoo? Looks like it was from the 50s, like I was a sailor. Yeah. Fucking God, fucking hate fucking hipsters, dude. I fucking hate them. God, I hate them so much.
I'm pretty sure they're all over the heights here in Houston.
No, dude, they're still out there, bro. You still see them bopping around, with their shitty tattoos, fucking making a statement, which I don't get. I just don't understand. I'm like, I'm a parent. We just don't understand type shit, man. I don't get that shit. It's fucking stupid.
Good quote, yeah.
Nice. What else can you use? What else can you fucking use? You know what? How about like caramel?
No, chocolate syrup.
Yeah, that's not. You can do that,
dude. That fucks up the experience, though, right?
Peanut butter.
Oh fuck, dude! What? Peanut butter?
Peanut butter.
Why?
Fuck yeah.
Why are we gonna use peanut butter? The fuck is wrong? What the fuck? How do you
Nutella?
Ooh, that's interesting. I like the concept.
Yeah.
I do like I could deal with, but I just can't do peanut
pancakes
butter.
and Nutella.
Pancakes and Nutella. Yeah. I think that's and bananas.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, man.
There you see.
Fuck your life. That fucking tastes good, bro. Fuck yeah, dude. I do. All right.
We got some good alternatives here.
Yeah.
So they better have.
Canada. We don't need to.
So fucking Johnny doesn't have to go to work. I'm just gonna catch that case.
Here in the U.S., Vermont produces the largest amount of maple syrup.
Really?
As a state.
Yeah.
Vermont.
As a state, but I think Quebec still shits on it.
I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah.
Quebec still shits.
I mean, how big is Vermont? Vermont's probably like the size of
Quebec,
the
like
here.
repping it, huh?
Vermont's probably about the size of the King Ranch here in Texas. So
right.
You can't produce that much maple syrup. But
no, I can produce more in my backyard.
All right, let's get to it then.
Oh my God. This motherfucker just called out the whole state of Vermont's maple syrup industry. I just can't wait till some farmer shows up and goes, hey, fuck you, bro. Fuck you.
Hey, Vermont, watch this.
Check my maple syrup.
Check my shit. Watch how fast this shit grows.
Fucking smacking this shit out. And they're like, it's what? We didn't even know this was a contest, bro.
Bro, I'm out there with an axe. Oh shit!
I don't fucking get why you're out there with the axe and just go to work. I don't think that's how they get the fucking maple syrup, bro. They stick a spigot in the tree, man.
Is that how that works?
Yeah. They literally stick a spigot in the tree and it drains out. Fucking B, you're gonna kill your producers. Fucking Ben.
Yeah, my shit's more raw dog.
The raw dog syrup. Oh my God. And whoever thought that would all go together? The raw dog maple syrup. Dude, that should be your brand. Like, yo, grown in the backyard. Grown in the backyard of Houston, Texas. Raw dog maple syrup. We don't even, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I don't even think this is a maple tree. This shit, I think it's a pine tree.
It's an oak tree.
I just milked this. I just milked the shit out of this pine tree and get that syrup out.
Hell yeah. While I'm listening to the Dead Kennedys on cassette.
Oh, fuck you. Listen to the Dead Kennedys on cassette.
With my fucking mustache.
And your flip phone.
Yeah, my flip phone. My Nokia.
Oh, fuck. Playing Snake.
Yeah, and my 1800 circus sideshow performer mustache.
Right? What the fuck is up with those mustaches, man? It's like you look fucking
Were you guys ever good at Snake?
Oh, it's fucking,
I'm pretty good at that game.
I was pretty good, dude. Pretty good.
Oh my God. I'm lifting one of those fucking barbells. It's like one mold. Like it's not like the weight plates. Like it's one fucking big piece.
And
no.
The show now.
I got
we
one.
all just
and it's shitty.
speak like drunk sailors, and
it's shitty weights. It's like it's like the ones you see on like on Venice Beach, like in the 50s. Like, you know, like now like everything's like that hexagonal. Now it's just those round skinny plates with just like shitty markings on it. I don't lift to get jacked. I lift to make sure that I can work well. I can see that, dude. But that being said, I think that's where we're at, guys. I think that's where we're at.
Let's
shitty tattoos and fedoras and all.
Yeah, turn into a pumpkin. Or it is midnight.
Hey Benji, it is midnight. Where can they find us?
They can find us on. Okay, you can find us there, depending on who you are. They can find us on the moon, maybe in that little shack that they saw. Footage
on a Zoom call getting fucking canned.
Yeah, they can do that too. They can also they can find us in a time warp where we bypass time and space and just release the episode every second or whenever you think about it. That's when it comes out.
That would be tits.
In your mind, whenever you conceive of it, that's when you listen to it. That's when it shows up. Time is not involved in this presentation. So they can find us on Instagram at skip_the_noise_podcast. They can also find us on Twitter at skipthenoisepO1. Email us, tell us about something fucked up that happened, or some fucked up opinion you may have, or a very good opinion, or very supportive criticism, supportive compliments of our program to skipthenoisepodcast@gmail.com. Other than that, I think it was a good effort. We covered quite a bit of ground and covered it thoroughly as we can. But anyway, with that being said, anybody have any parting words before we close this thing out?
No, sir. All
right. Well, further ado, you guys have a great week. We will see you next week. Bye.
Peace.